Greetings, friends and fellow aliens, and welcome to my channel where you are watching video number 5 in a 10-video series about cognitive distortions. What are cognitive distortions? These are terrible things that we do. They're our own personal little fallacies in our minds that basically skew what you see of the world in a way that is not actually accurate. In the last video number 4 in this series, we did mind reading, right? I don't know why I always have to do that when I'm talking about mind reading, but like it's a thing. This one is really close to that, and this one is fortune telling. But whereas mind reading is more of a trying to read somebody's mind and saying that this is what this person is feeling deep down in their heart because they gave me a weird look, which is just really not something you should be doing. Fortune telling is something you are telling yourself. This is a really toxic thing to do. It's like reading your own mind based on absolutely nothing that's accurate or true. This is another way of jumping to a conclusion, but it's jumping to a conclusion about yourself, an automatic negative conclusion based on an experience. Now listen, the best way to explain what this fortune telling distortion is in terms of a relationship. So let's say that you meet somebody, they're cool, you're hanging out, you're in a relationship, and all of a sudden they're a narcissist, and you just realize that, and everything goes sideways, and you break up and you break apart and so on and so forth. And then you're sitting there and you're telling yourself, I'm never going to be in a healthy relationship again. I'm never going to meet anybody. I'm never going to have the things that I want to have. I'm never going to be supported. I'm never going to be loved. I'm never going to have kids. I'm never going to have a house. I'm never going to have a good job, all because this failed. You see how stupid that is? That's a really stupid thing to think. So fortune telling is that tendency that we have to take one of our experiences and basically predict our entire future based on that experience. It's saying, trigger warning, I had a bad relationship, so I'm going to die alone, surrounded by just my cats. It's saying, trigger warning, that the person I was with was a toxic person, therefore I am unlovable and incapable of having anybody around me that sees my self-worth. So I might as well be worthless. Fortune telling is that negative imprint that we put on our future as a person. It is all internal. Right? Sure, an external circumstance may have triggered that, but it is all inside. We're not assuming something about other people when we're fortune telling. We're saying that this is going to be my lot in life and it will not change because this thing happened. This is very similar to the second video in this series where I talked about overgeneralization, which is taking a negative event and imprinting all similar events to the result of that negative event. And this is just much more on a broad scale in terms of basically saying the direction of my life is complete and utter crap because one thing happened. Listen, you have no way of knowing how your life is going to turn out, what's going to happen tomorrow, much less 5 or 10 years from now. And you have all of those opportunities to get up in the morning, to make little changes, and to do some things that are more positive for yourself, to change it and shape your life in the way you want to shape it. If you just accept this one bad thing that happened, or this bad event that happened, or this bad experience, and essentially say, because of that singular thing, the rest of my life is ruined, well, you're being a dramatic idiot. That's not how life works. You wake up every morning with another day where you can do something positive and make a positive change. You can think about something in a slightly different way. You can focus on the things that you can control and try and accept and understand the things that are outside of your control. And that's all about shaping you, shaping your thinking to be more positive moving forward. Just because you had a failed relationship doesn't mean every single relationship you have is going to fail. And it doesn't mean that you're trash at relationships either. Just because you failed out of school doesn't mean that you are incapable of learning and a complete idiot and the rest of your life is trashed. There are countless stories of people that have been through hard times, hardships, and some of the worst things ever and have turned it around and made something incredible out of themselves or did something amazing. I mean, shoot, to some small degree, I feel like I am in a way that very story. Yeah, I mean, I was sent into quite a depression when my brother passed away. It is easy to fall into this depression. Just everybody's going to leave me. This is the result of every single relationship I have. So I'm just not going to talk to anybody, interact with anybody, and I'm just going to be by myself because I don't want to be hurt. That's awful. You are not the great Zoltar. You cannot tell your own fortune. You don't know how things are going to work out. Some circumstance can happen that completely and totally changes your trajectory, for good or ill. But it's important for you to set up some strength in your own head and how you see and perceive things around you and how you interact and react to the world in such a way that doesn't immediately say, well, my lot in life is failure, and that's what I have to accept. When you have years and years and years of incredible, amazing, positive things that can happen. And they can strike at any moment, just like lightning. Again, both good and bad, sure, but not everything is terrible, and not every event that is going to happen to you is a negative event. Now, again, this gets into all sorts of other cognitive distortions, right? Overgeneralizing is like this. Catastrophizing is like this. And fortune telling is no different than any of those. It is something negative that we do to ourselves because we're saying that we've had an experience that didn't work out, therefore no experiences will ever work out. It's the wrong way to think. I have been in relationships. I have been in failed relationships. I'm in a good, healthy relationship with somebody I love very much now. And if I would have taken that first relationship I had, she was a narcissist and I was very, very young, and imprinted that on everything moving forward, I mean, I don't think I'd be around today, to be perfectly honest. And that's what fortune telling can do. And that's why it's really important to stop that runaway train of negative thoughts just based on something that was a poor experience for you. Are you a self-fortune teller in the worst way possible? Do you do this thing? I'm really curious to know. Please leave a comment and let me know what your experience is with this. And do so on the other videos too. I'd like to see some discussions on these, just about some of these cognitive distortions. Are these ones that you suffer from? Is this something that you do? Is this something you're trying to be better at? Or is it something that, like, hey, just for the first time, you're like, oh crap, I do that, and I shouldn't? Let me know, and thank you for watching this video. I'm saying it on every single one, but there is a join button below. And if you haven't already, please consider joining the Friends and Fellow Aliens. There is a private membership group on Facebook that you get instructions to join that are on a membership post in the community page. And there's lots of perks that come with it and all that kind of stuff, including members only content and all sorts of goodies, emojis and everything else, right? There's lots of ways to support this channel, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could do so I can keep creating awesome content just like this for you. Thank you so much for tuning into this one. And the next one is coming at you. That will be video number 6. Video number 6 is on magnification and catastrophizing. Go figure. This is all working out. It's great. So I will see you on the next video in this series. I hope you're enjoying this series. And please let me know in the comments. I'll talk to you soon.